Watchmen is one of the adaptations that bears a striking resemblance to the graphic novel. Alan Moore's Watchmen follows several dysfunctional and aging heroes as they are rocked by the murder of one of their number. These masked vigilantes have been outlawed by the government and are discovering that the justice that they used to fight for is not what they thought. The movie, at times, seems to use the comic directly as a storyboard, capturing not only the feel of the environment, but also the look of the characters. Night Owl and his suit, for example, or the comedian and his twisted reflection of society's dark side.
Society's only protection.
From what?
You kidding me? From themselves. Son of a bitch. Get your stinking hands off me.
What the hell happened to us?
What happened to the American dream? What happened to the American dream? It came true. You're looking at it.
Or the glowing man-god, Dr. Manhattan.
Good evening, Rorschach. Dr. Manhattan.
All these characters are represented as almost identical to their graphic novel originals.
Whatever you say. Lori.
What are you doing here?
The comedian is dead. Rorschach wants me to look into my future.
The grandeur and scale of many scenes has been heightened thanks to CGI that was not available had this movie been attempted when the graphic novel was written.
I'm disappointed in you, Adrian. I'm very disappointed. Reassembling myself was the first trick I learned. It didn't kill Osterman. Did you really think it would kill me?
Here we see the atomization of John Osterman. And here his apotheosis. Both of these are much more grand in the movie with the aid of animation and audio. Night Owl's dream, however, is somehow more grand in the book. Moore is breaking with the standard 9-panel page layout and ending with 2 blank, borderless frames implies the end of the medium, not merely the characters. The movie stays true to the message and the feel, but in this instance is somewhat confined by the medium. The book opens with the murder of the comedian, and while taking up only 7 frames in the section, it is stretched in the movie to a 4-minute fight scene. This is an attempt to spice up a graphic novel that contains a relatively small amount of action. This is a great choice for an action movie, and the fight scene does look phenomenal.
Just a matter of time, I suppose.
It is a bit long. You get the idea. There's a lot of action in place of very little. Notice again how the comic is structured with one panel of the fight scene and one of the detectives looking over the scene. This gives a nice duality to the murder. Also, in the book, the reader is thrown into the middle of the world and has to find his bearings, while in the movie, the backstory is given within minutes. Again, this is a forgivable change in an attempt to not alienate the audience with the speculative nature of the narrative. The dual narrative style is used again in the interview with Dr. Manhattan and a fight scene. This is meant to illustrate how both are being attacked, and one half defends better than the other. This is used in the movie also, and to good effect, but it is the only instance of it, and could probably have been utilized more.
You encountered him several times in the 60s, battles, conflicts. Did you know that he has cancer as well?
I wasn't told.
And what about General Anthony Randolph? He was your handler when you first started working for the government. Cancer.
You're suggesting I was the cause.
From where I'm standing, it's starting to look pretty conclusive.
So, with an adaptation sticking so closely to the original, what is left on the cutting room floor? Well, the comic within the comic, for one. A street kid sits with a news vendor and reads a pirate comic about a shipwrecked man who attempts to save his village, and ends up causing, not solving, problems. This is meant to mirror the character of Ozymandias and his attempt to save humanity. Or the scrapbook feeling of the inter-chapter pages. These lend a nice background to the characters and the story at large. A humorous change has been made to the line where Ozymandias says he is not a Republic serial villain.
I can't let you do that.
Do that, Roshan? I'm not a comic book villain.
This makes it more accessible. All told, the adaptation is very true to the book, and the most important differences in quality arise in the duality that the book obtains. This is to say nothing of the thankful omission of the Psy Squid, a stroke of genius in adaptation if ever there was one.